Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mixer as we continue episode 60 of our Hashtag United series. Following on from the last episode where we started the season with a good 2-1 win away to Bournemouth and then a 2-0 defeat at home to Manchester City. We then turned it around, had a really good home performance, a 4-2 win against Arsenal, perhaps our best performance of the season. They really struggled early days. I think after this game they were actually bottom of the division. They've jumped up a little bit now. Managed by Barcelona manager Ernesto Valverde, they're alright. They're not too bad, so we did very well to beat them. We then beat Swansea 3-0 in an excellent performance away from home. We then beat Norwich in the Carabao Cup second round. We then drew with Norwich again away from home 1-1. We were unlucky to not win this game. We had a ton of opportunities. A 1-1 draw with Wolves, a 3-1 win against Manchester United, perhaps our best result of the series so far. Reigning champion Manchester United. We did have Gary James sent off in the 78th minute. We then beat Rotherham 4-0 in the Carabao Cup third round, lost 2-1 to Everton away from home, an unlucky winner late on from Marcus Rashford. We then lost to Tottenham 2-0 at what is the new White Hart Lane, but they call it the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in this game. A 2-2 draw with Chelsea, which was a good result, coming from behind to actually equalise in that match. We did miss a penalty in it as well, so we did have an opportunity to win and just kind of threw it away. And then a tough 2-1 defeat away to Newcastle. They were the better side in this game. It was a fair result. They eventually got the winner through Babacar Bari late on. We did have a couple opportunities, but they didn't really work out. We then returned to form with a 5-0 win in the Carabao Cup against Charlton, which I think means this is the furthest we've ever gotten in the Carabao Cup, or the League Cup, if that's what you want to refer to it as. And then a 3-0 win against Stoke. Puts us back on track in the Premier League. We have had our best start to a Premier League season of any of the 3 years that we've been in the top flight. And today we're going to play our away match against Southampton, who are flying in the division, currently in third spot, and the game at home against Crystal Palace, who are down in 17th. It's no longer a Selhurst Park derby, but always a big match whenever we play our London rivals. So looking at the competition schedule, we are on 18 points in 10th spot. We do have a game in hand on most of the teams that are above us, so a win could see us jump as high as 8th on goal difference, leapfrogging Wolves in the process. Southampton, like I said, excellent start. From their 12 games, they've had 8 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses. We're on a 5-3-4 record. And the best player of the season so far has been Nen, the wonder kid that we signed years and years and years ago when he was 15. And we waited for him forever and ever to turn 18 to get a work permit to come across. And he has been excellent so far this season. 6 goals in his 11 appearances. 7 goals in 3 Carabao Cup appearances. He's our leading scorer. He's our highest average rating. He's been phenomenal. As far as Wonder Kid watch goes, we currently have 11 Wonder Kids. We've had a whole bunch of different players that have either just improved in training or gotten a little bit older, a little bit more developed. So Tommy Oliver, Eric Rapp, Paul Howe, Jan Kolbas all moved to Wonder Kid status. While we do have 11, we don't have a starting 11 that's actually in Wonder Kid status. Sigrist has gone to it as well, so there's a whole bunch of different players that are now looking like they're going to push on and start making the most out of their potential, which is great to see. And hopefully we can ride that through to 6 points in this episode, but it will be a tough ask. Southampton are a good side. Magic of editing, we're going to jump forward to that game now. They are going with a flat 4-4-2, very similar to our shape. Ryan Sessegnon is the only real player that they still have in that squad. We know Henrik Slater is a very good player, Belgian international. Sam Bacon back here has been linked with PSG lately. He's a defensive midfielder, but they're playing him as a ball-playing defender, which is actually the role that he completes for the England national side as well. So they've got some very good players. We're going to have to be at our best to beat them. We're, of course, going with our 4-4-2 hashtag shape. Pat Narmer in goal, Kupic and Bradbrook, the central defensive partnership, Berger and Rapp as the fullback options. Howe on the left wing, Navarro makes his return from injury on the right wing. Ekanovic and Kolbas will anchor the midfield as Ahmed Kwakwa is still working his way back from injury. Tommy Oliver's a bit upset about his playing time, so he's had a stretch of games in the side and he's done okay. Nen will of course lead the line. Sosa is still out with injury and will be for another few weeks, I think. We're just going to assertively say, I know you want to avenge what happened last time we played Southampton. Everyone's responded positively to that, and hopefully we can use that momentum to go on and get a good performance today. First highlight of the match, and it comes to an abrupt end. Curse the commentator, as soon as you talk about it, it's gone. They've got a free kick here, Sam Bacon to take, and it's his first goal of the season. Pat Narmer maybe could have done better. He did get to it. It wasn't all the way in the corner or anything, but he's just pushed it back into his own goal. He's looking directly at it, and yeah, he just dives, gets an arm to it, but it's not a strong enough arm. It puts it into the side netting. So not the best start. Here we go, first highlight for us. Navarro with a deep corner. It's coming out to Sessegnon. They do have a counter-attacking threat here. Sessegnon comes forward, looks for Levin over the shoulder. From a dead angle, thankfully, Pat Narmer gets his angles right and pushes it out for a corner. Pugliese to take the corner now. Goes short to Levin at the top of the box. Kanovic recovers the ball, but then they've given away a free kick. Similar position to where Bacon scored from in the first half, maybe a little bit closer. And thankfully that one he puts side netting. Bacon again with a free kick. All these highlights having a recurring theme. 30 minutes gone, we're going to use a demand more shout. They've got another highlight. Levin comes forward. Good tackle from Colbass. So we got a counter-attack here. Tommy Oliver pulls wide, but Colbass is continuing to drive forward with the ball. Plays Berger now. Back inside to Colbass. Reverse pass to Arkanovic. Into Nen. Takes a touch, gets it out from under his feet and smacks that one home for his 14th goal of the season. He's an excellent player. He's definitely playing above the 4-star ability that he's currently got listed because he's just scoring pretty much every game out. It's a good play from Arkanovic, finds him. He just gets it out from under his feet to the side and then calmly places that one down in the bottom right-hand corner. Right, so we get through to half-time, 10 shots, 7 on target, 48% possession. They've had 5-2 and 52%. Or sorry, we've had 5-2 and 52%. So we're just going to assertively say, let's do the same again. Avenge what happened last time. We'll boost our defence a little bit, and we're going to boost the 2 up front. Hopefully they'll make a difference. As always though, we'll give it 15 minutes, and then we'll go and have a look at form, fitness, cards, all that sort of stuff, and see who we might bring on. We have had a bad run of injuries, so trying to work back a few of those injured players into first team football has kind of been one of the key motivators lately. Right with the throw in here, Navarro is one of those people, and Sessegnon's just gone through the back of him and given away what will be a free kick, I think. The ref's going to go over and check VAR and take 35 minutes to do it. Yeah, he's given a free kick after all that. Just like, that should be a tick box where you can turn it off. Ikanovic to take the free kick, it hits the wall straight away, it comes back out to Colbass. Ikanovic again, can he get a decent ball in? No, it's closed down well and goes out for a throw. 61 minutes gone, I'm going to make 3 subs assertively. We're going to tell everyone there's a lot more to come from them. Downing's going to come on for Navarro, who is working his way back from injury. Kolar will come on for Kupic, who's struggling a little bit, and Sigrist will come on for Tommy Oliver up top. And we'll see if we use our Get Creative shout, if we can create a couple more opportunities before the game winds up. Throw in here from dead in the corner. Levin picks it up, hangs the ball to Henrikus later at back post, and he pokes that one home for his 12th goal of the season. Disappointing, looked like it was kind of a worked corner routine. Long one here from Lasamba. Levin brings it down and turns and hangs the ball up without really getting challenged. There were 3 men around him. Needs to be tight of the ball. 10 minutes remaining, we're going to use our demand more shout and see if that can kind of get us another equaliser. Rocketed through the 3 minutes of additional time. Lasamba with a free kick in. It falls to Levin from the rebound. Falls to Bacon again, who tries to get a ball back in, but Howe puts it out for a corner. Dare say they're going to take their time, and the referee calls full time. So 2-1 defeat to Southampton. I should be assertively, I'm just going to say I'm not happy. It's a tough one because they were 3rd in the league, and I think they'll stay in that position. So they're not like, Southampton obviously are a good side, but that was our game in hand. That was our opportunity to jump back up above Wolves, above Newcastle, above whoever else. Hashtag United fall to late defeat. Sam Bacon, 8.1 match rating. The central defender gets the man of the match award with his free kick. Post-match press conference, Devs is going to do that. But magic of editing, let's jump forward 2 weeks to the game against Crystal Palace now. Alright, just like that, we are 2 weeks ahead. We had an international break. A lot of our players got called up and went and played with their respective international teams. Most of them still under 20 internationals, but we've got a couple that are starting to get called up for senior side football. Tom Bradbrook, who when we signed him was an England international, hasn't been called back up since. So hopefully he'll continue to progress and continue to have a good season and get called back up into the England squad and be our first real England international. Otherwise, only one change to the lineup. Kwakwa is going to come in for Colbass, who moves to the bench. Joe Carter picked up a knock on international duty and he drops out of the squad entirely. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. They've still got Joe Gomez in their side, which is an interesting one. Balcom's a decent goalkeeper. We've come up against him now quite a few different times, and they've still got Trey Coyle, who we spoke about last season. Bleak is a good player up front, Bateman's a good player on the wing, so there's still some quality in Crystal Palace, even though they are struggling this season. Passionately, we're going to say we're the favourites, give the fans a performance cheer for, no one cares, so we're just going to tell everyone, I have faith in you. And at least then, we've gotten some sort of response out of everybody. Ben Davies has been sacked by Watford. There's a couple of interesting managerial appointments. Virgil van Dijk's managing Stoke. Cristiano Ronaldo is an assistant for the under-18s at Arsenal. Like, there's a couple of old players that are now hovering around the league. I think Diego Simeone's at Manchester United now. Sam Powley left. Zidane's at Chelsea. Good ball across, and someone's gone down in the box. They're going to go look at VAR, because this is what my life is like. No, instead they've just given it, and it's going to be Ivanovic to take the penalty. I'm pretty sure he's got like 17 pens, and of course that means that the goalkeeper saves it. What is his penalty rating? 11 penalty taking, so who knows what I was talking about. Novak with a free kick now. Deep area, and Patenama pushes it over. Going to take the corner now. Deep one across. Patenama comes out well and claims unchallenged. They're not committing that many men forward for set pieces and things like that, so they're obviously wary of the counter. 30 minutes gone, let's use our demand more shout. We've got an immediate highlight here. Kwakwa to Navarro. Inside to Nen. Out to Ivanovic. Comes back across to Kwakwa. Crossfield switch towards Howe. Flicks it on, only as far as Gomez. Knocks the ball down to Oliver, who takes a touch and then turns and smashes that one past the goalkeeper for his third goal of the season. We've got two players, Bradbrook and Oliver, who are on 40k a week, which is double most of the squad. And I'm just trying to manage everybody else's expectations around salary. But what I'd been really good at prior to this was keeping everyone around the same salary portion. And some people might have bigger bonuses for like playing in games or bigger signing on fees, whatever else. But we're starting to get away from everyone on level pegging from a wage perspective, and I'm not sure how it's going to impact our morale. Right, just like that, we've rocketed half time, 1-0 up, including that missed penalty. 5 shots, 4 on target, 52%. They've had 4, 1 and 48%. The one on target we saw was from the free kick. Assertively, happy with your performance so far, keep it up. And we're going to give it another 15 minutes before we look at subs, as we always do. Might be a bit boring at this point, but hey, it's worked. It's gotten us up into the Premier League and playing some decent football along the way. Berger now with the throw-in towards Oliver. Berger recovers and plays it to Ivanovic. Comes forward, crossfield switch towards Rapp, who's made the overlapping run. But Bateman cuts it out well and is now coming forward on his own. Skips past the challenger Rapp, pretty much unchallenged. Plays Bleeker in. Kupic with a good recovery tackle. Navarro. There's a man over on the far side. Nen picks it up. Burst past 2, 3, 4, and then strikes from the top of the box. What a wonder goal that is. 15th of the season for him. And Navarro gets the assist, but really Navarro just kind of handed him the ball and made him figure it out from there. It's an excellent run. Navarro brings it forward, plays it just inside, about 10 yards into the first half. He skips past 3, 4, into space, around the defender, and then strikes on his left foot, which isn't his favoured foot, from the top of the box, down low into the corner. That is definitely going to be amongst the goals of the season. Now I'm going to make 3 subs. Colbass, Finch, and Downing will come on for Ivanovic, Berger, and Navarro respectively. I've just done that one based on their conditioning, because those younger players that have gone away for international duty, they'll be struggling for fitness, and we don't want to pick up more injuries than we already have. 15 minutes remaining when you use our Get Creative shout. No one's responded particularly positively, but we do have a highlight. Oliver with the deep ball across. It's going to come out to Colbass. He's got Rapp on the overlap now. Deep ball forward towards Howe. He brings it down and gets the strike away, but Balcom's angles were good and he keeps it out. Downing with a corner now. Deep one across towards Kwakwa. It's headed away. Kwakwa's only little. I'm not sure why we're trying to pick him out from heading scenarios. Rapp should tidy up here. Troy Parrott comes forward. Good tackle from Colbass, and then Finch hacks it away. Nen's going to recover possession on halfway. Looks to play Downing inside. It's cut out. Looks for a crossfield switch instead. It might not have been on. Ball makes its way to Howe. Back into Colbass. World's longest 1-2 that they were looking for. It's been cut out instead. Novak comes forward and looks to play in Troy Parrott. Cupid should tidy up without any dramas. Plays it out wide to Rapp. This is a long highlight. Out to Downing on the right hand side. Bursts forward into space. Good diagonal run. Finds Howe from the angle. Comes back out to Howe again. I think the first strike hit the post and the goalkeeper. It found its way to him. He cut back on his right foot and pokes that one home into the far corner. His 4th goal of the season. Downing with an excellent run here, just making that diagonal, hanging the ball up to the far post. Howe with the first time strike hits the base of the post, and then the defender, not the goalkeeper. And thankfully it falls to advantage and we managed to poke that one home. So 3-0, good performance. We're just going to use our demand more shout for the last 10 minutes just to give everyone some focus. They've immediately got a highlight, which seems to happen quite a bit with the demand more shout. Thankfully they've put it into no area in particular. Rapp with the ball now, played to Patenama. Kupic now. Forward to Kwakwa, into Colbass, back to Kupic. Long ball forward, Nen's in the area and he's gotten goal side. Can he find the finish? It's an excellent finish. Just takes that little touch to get it back on his right foot and he smashes that one into the top corner. His 16th of the season. And his run of form this season has been absolutely magnificent. He is a beast of a player. Kupic with the long one over the top. Nen comes forward, takes the touch out, and that is an excellent, excellent finish. 89th minute now, ball to Gomez. Stevenson inside to right. Mullis to Novak. Quackwar cuts it out well and then's tackled himself. Lawless now with the ball, comes forward. Quackwar's hunting him down. Played out wide to Beaker. Coyle from the top of the box. It's a good strike and it's hit the post, and then Patton Armour in the back for an own goal. Very much against the run of play, but they've managed to pull one back and destroyed our clean sheet. It's good play, but it's really just a speculative effort from distance. And it hits the post, hits Patton Armour in the back, and then goes in. Disappointing way to concede, especially so late in the game. 3 minutes to be added on. There's an additional minute now. Quackwar to take a free kick. It's on target, but Balcombe had his angles right and holds. Long ball forward towards the goal scorer Coyle. He flicks it on to no one in particular. Rapp should tidy up without any issue. Comes forward now. Ball to Downing. Back to Colbass. To Rapp. Colbass again. Back to Rapp. Just keeping the ball here well. 20 seconds remaining of the additional time added on. I'd be more than happy if we just kept possession and saw out the game. 4-1 is a result I would have taken at the start of the match. Forward to Colbass, Quackwar. Out to Bleeker, and the referee calls full time. So an excellent performance, an excellent win. 4-1. 15 shots, 10 on target, 56% possession. They've had 7, 2 and 44. Let's just tell everybody, very happy with the result and the way that you played. Quality of possession provides victory. Paul Howe, an 8.8 match rating, and his one goal gets him the man of the match award. I thought Nen was fantastic. Both of the goals that he scored were phenomenal. We've got a couple of players, Kanovich, Berger and Kupic, that could use with the rest, and we've got 6 days before our next game, so we might give them 5 days off just to try and get them through. We're going to tell Howe he was excellent, and he's responded positively. And England boss Sergei Semak was looking at quite a few of our English players, and quite a few from the Crystal Palace squad, to be fair. Right, so looking at our schedule, that leaves us in a good spot. We're 9th in the Premier League after 14 games. There are a couple of teams that have only played 13 and might leapfrog us, but we'll just let that play out as it goes. And if I go back to our schedule that we spoke about in the last game, our next episode we're going to come back for is our 25th and 26th games of the season, which is against Wolves, who we're kind of going toe-to-toe with for that 8th, 9th, 10th spot, and Manchester United away from home. We're going to record that episode up at Old Trafford. They are the reigning champions. They have been excellent so far this season. We did beat them once. Can we do it again away from home? So that's where we'll come back in the next episode, and hopefully we'll have something relating to the Carabao Cup final. If we do make that final, it should be around the January period as well, so we'll try and get that in an episode as well. But as always, more than anything, I just appreciate you guys watching. That's the portion that means the most to me. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept up to date on future videos as they're released. You can follow In The Mixer at InTheMixer_FM on Twitter if you want to be kept up to date to all our interactions with the FM community and as the hype continues to build for FM20. But as always, I've been Sean. This has been In The Mixer, and don't you ever forget to hashtag it.